Friends, today we will discuss essay writing. Now, essay writing is very important part of any exam, any kind of activity, education activity, in which essay is written. So, first we should try to understand what is essay. The etymology of essay, the word essay, etymology. Etymology means the origin, the history of a word, how the word is derived. So this is called etymology, E-T-Y-M-O-L-O-G-Y. So the etymology of the word essay is attempt, try, to try. So essay is an effort. It is not something easy. This is why in any exam, the essay part is very difficult. It is not like just writing a few paragraphs, but this is to write something very, very important and very difficult. So we must be conscious that essay is not something easy. This is sometimes the most difficult part of the examination. So essay is an effort, etymologically. But essay is also a term. As you know, that all the terms are words, but all the words are not terms. So we must understand the difference between term and word. Terminology. So if we write something in a subject, so we must use the special words. Term is a word with a special meaning in a special context or in a special subject. So when we write an essay, we should know the terms of what subject matter that essay is about. So let's define essay. What is an essay? Essay is a short literary composition in a analytical, descriptive, argumentative, narrative, or other forms in which the writer discusses or describes or gives his own opinion, his own ideas, according to his own personality, his own approach to life, in a non-technical, non-systematic way. This definition, if we understand, it will be very easy for us to write an essay. First, essay is a short literary composition. Short. It is not very long. If there is a limit of words in an examination, so we must observe that. There can be like 30-40 words more or less. But how to know the number of words? So this is very easy. How many lines we have on a page and how many words we have in one line. So the number of words, but for example 10 words, and number of lines 20. So 20 by 10. So we have 200 words in one page. So then we should know how many pages we write, and then we should know the total number of words. Then it is a short literary. So literature, we must understand that essay is a form of literature. Literature is a form of fine art. So aesthetical approach, that is very important. The diction, phraseology, the choice of words, the use of metaphors, the use of similes, figures of speech, okay, rhetoric, that is very important. Essay is not just writing something in a science book or in a philosophy or sociology or psychology. No. Maybe, for example, we have an essay on Brexit, the exit of Great Britain from European Union. So although it is a current affairs topic, but when we write an essay on this, so that will be literary. That will be not political science. That will be not current affairs. That will be not sociology. That will be not economics. That will be literature. So we must have literary approach to writing of essays. And how to be literary, we must understand literature. Literature, prose or poetry is totally different. The language, the diction, the choice of words, that is not like a science book. What is the difference between a chemistry book and a literature book? A poem, a prose, that is totally different from, so we should know how to write an essay in a literary way. Then it is a composition. Composition means that it is composed. That is, although later we will discuss, it is non-systematic, but it is composed. It is not like, in a hurried way, or we write things without any form. maybe there are essays which are informal and there are formal essays, but it is well composed. There is an order in the essay writing. So a short literary composition. It may be analytical. We analyze things. Okay. It may be descriptive. We describe. So when we describe something, so we use our senses. How it looks. Okay. Our five senses we use. How it smells. How it tastes. Descriptive. Its whole body. How does it appear to us? And then we write about that. If it is argumentative, it may be philosophical, it may be logical, the premises, pros and cons. We give our arguments in a way, we prove something. So we must have some strong, valid arguments. And it may be narrative, we are narrating something. But all these things that we do, if we narrate, if we describe, if we argue, if we analyze, so that will be literary from literature point of view, not from scientific, sociological, anthropological or other way. And then comes the short literary composition, which is this form that I described. And then it is what? It is non-systematic. For example, we are writing something on Palestine issue, or for example on Kashmir issue. So this is a history, but it doesn't mean that we should start right from the first date to the last date. No, it can be non-systematic. Non-systematic means that we can start from anywhere. What is important? That is your own ideas, your own personality, your own opinion, your own approach. Understanding. You have to share your understanding. That is very important. It's not knowledge, your own understanding. And then it comes what? That it is non-technical. That is very important, that the essay must be non-technical. It is not technical. Many people commit a lot of mistakes when they write an essay in a technical way. For example, there is an essay on a scientific subject like pollution, okay, contamination, greenhouse effect. So these are technical scientific words or terms. So the examiner doesn't expect from you that you write technically. Or for example, you are writing something on related to history, like Ottoman Empire. So there is no need that you make the maps of the Ottoman Empire, that what were the countries and the geography and the boundaries, and you make a map or diagrams or tables. No technicality. That is very important. Many people commit a mistake. They don't differentiate. If the same question is in a current affairs paper and the same wording is in an essay paper, the answer of the same wording, the same topic will be totally different. Because essay, you will write in a literary way, it will be non-systematic, it will be non-technical, it will be short, it will be composed. There you can give arguments, you can analyze the thing, but in a literary way. Now, literature is for impact. You must leave an impact. That is your linguistic skills, your language, your expression, how you manipulate, how you control your words. In an impressive way. Rhetorics, figures of speech. What are the figures of speech? For example, I say, I love you. This is very simple. But if I say, my love for you is like an ocean. So, love in a literal way, it cannot be like an ocean. But it is a metaphor, or it is a simile. So this is the use of the figures of speech, rhetoric. How, sometimes these novels we read, and in the novels, we don't have like any substance. But it's just we read for the language attraction. It is so attractive that we enjoy reading for entertainment. Not just to get some information, not to get knowledge. Although we must know about something, then we can write about the subject. So, for example, there is some essays that I have given in my other post. There are some 10 topics which I will request you that you must read in my previous video. This is video number 3. So, in video number 2, you should read the number of topics. In those topics, for example, there is an essay that literature is a lonely planet for idealists. So, in this topic, we must analyze the topic. first. And one of my tip for the essay writing is critical thinking. Critical means that we originality, our own, we should criticize, we should not be conformist. As in the same paper, there is the number 10 essay is about how we conform. Conform is the safe haven, that it is very easy that we agree with others. No, critical people, they have their own opinion, they have their own approach, and for that own approach, they try to have knowledge, they try to have information. So literature is a lonely planet of idealists. So there are three important words or terms in this essay: literature, and then lonely planet, and then idealism. So we must know what is idealism, which may be philosophical, which may be literary, because idealism, like for example Plato, we must know Plato. He is the father of idealism. His famous theory of archetypes, that what is important, that is idea, not matter, not its reality. Like a table, the table is not important. Idea in the mind of carpenter is important. So this is idealism. And then we come to the a lonely planet. So lonely planet are solitary planets without a star. We have a solar system. So here a little knowledge of astronomy is also important. A little knowledge of astronomy, in a sense that lonely planet is an astronomical term. At the same time, lonely planet is also a term of tourism. The world most famous and biggest tourism industry, that is called Lonely Planet. They publish tourist guides, and then literature. So if we are in the favor of this topic, so we can say that yes, the people who write, they produce literature, they are like a lonely planet without a star, without a center. They are just lonely. They have their own world, they have their own system, they don't depend on others, and that's why they are idealists. Because the realist, the pragmatic people, they must remain in the reality. But idealists, they don't think about the reality, they just give their ideas. Or for example, resistance to ideology, another topic which is also very important in the essay topic that I have already given. Resistance, that if there is any change in any ideology, so that people resist, and then there is a simulation. So please read those topics, you will understand what I'm saying. The time is short, so I can't go in detail about each and every topic. I will love if you can ask questions and you can discuss with me in detail the essay writing. So today my purpose in this video is that you should understand what is an essay. Please start writing essays in a literary way, in a non-technical way, non-systematic way, your own opinion, your own understanding. That is very important. You should try to understand something, get information, read things, but then write it in your own way. That is very important. The examiner wants to judge what is your own approach to that. Okay, and that approach may be, you may be against the topic, you may be in the favor of the topic. You can, pros and cons, then you can go to a conclusion. And each essay, this is very traditional, that it has an introduction, body, and then conclusion. These are the three important parts of each and every essay. But whatever today I will emphasize, that is the literary, that essay is not current affairs. The same topic, if you find in current affairs, and the same topic you find in essay, both are totally different. So I will welcome your questions on essay writing. This is very, very important. Today it is a kind of introduction to essay writing, but there are so many things that I would like to discuss with you, but with the passage of time, slowly and gradually, from simple towards complicated, we will discuss more things. Thank you very much, and see you soon.